Hello, my name is John Keslick. It's 10/19/2009 and I'm in Cook State Park Forest. This is a good example of what things look like when they go right, specifically in the state of Pennsylvania, where this is a protected area where humans have not been permitted to cut the wood out. Mulch comes in many gradations. Mulch comes in many gradations. Most people do not understand or know how to properly mulch trees. The finer mulches are best if kept at least 6 inches away from the trunks of the trees in an urban setting, no more than 3 to 4 inches thick and flat. When there's too much of the fine gradation of mulch, tree roots, absorbing roots, tend to grow into the mulch, which then dries out after a couple consecutive dry days. With this larger gradation of mulch, from these 300 maybe to 400 incremental trees, the tree roots will grow into these logs, and eventually they will multiply and divide and flourish there during dry times and drought, as these fallen trees take on the form of a sponge. Without this wood, this area would be significantly drier. These hemlocks and white pine trees that are here continue to grow new increments for 400 plus years. So how are they properly mulched? With many gradations of mulch. This is one reason why we like to use and install eco-art nurse logs in the landscaping in the urban communities. This is a white pine or eastern hemlock log, nurse log, with some unique fungi. The wood, made up of primarily cellulose, is believed to be the substrate for the base of the food web. The fungus that infects non-woody roots of trees and forms a composite structure, an organ made up of fungus tissue as well as tree root tissue, singly called a mycorrhiza. Here's some witch's butter. It's a fungus. But these nurse logs are the substrate for the base of the food web. And that's been published by the U.S. Forest Service. Still, practicing foresters, even today, I just opened up a new letter. They're proposing to cut more wood out of the Allegheny National Forest. And they're trying to lead us to believe that it's some type of treatment that's going to increase forest health or help create some type of past conditions where the ecosystem was healthier. If you remove small amounts even of slightly decayed and dying timber, you can impoverish that system a great deal. Again, that's published by the U.S. Forest Service. These eastern hemlocks, if you come into an area that contains eastern hemlocks and you cut the wood out, not touching the understory, the eastern hemlock trees nearby will still decline and die. That was published in 1971 by George Hepstein in the U.S. Forest Service document called the Diseases of Forest and Shade Trees of the United States. That would severely alter the microclimate and begin to dry the ecosystem out. These ecosystems, to be healthy and functioning, are build-up material and such from trees. The main theme of trees is build up and break down. We never see the theme, we only see the variations to the theme. And through each ecological stage of decomposition, as well as each ecological stage of composition, the trees are connected with unique groups of organisms, and each part of the tree continues to function. This system here has no waste. Waste is a human term for inefficient management. Everything here will be utilized. But this is how an area, if you expect hemlock trees to live for 400 years, or grow increments for 400 years, you can't expect that to happen without large amounts of coarse woody debris. It's only beneficial for the health of the ecosystem. I know of no data that states cutting the wood out will help the ecosystem. There is no such data that I'm aware of. Here's a common place where I've found the pleasing fungus beetles that are associated with Ganoderma suga, a fungus I've only seen in designated wilderness areas or old growth protected areas, and that's the only time I've